Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the fourth episode of Mieruko-chan. And last episode was actually really eventful because we actually got those prayer beads, which were talked about before as being helpful against those evil dastardly spirits. And they kind of were and kind of weren't. Like, it was effective until it wasn't, I guess is kind of how I would put it. And we even found this special fortune teller kind of girl who could help, right? She breaks out the good beads and it still didn't really help. But her meeting with Miko, it changed her life for the better, so something good came out of it, you could say. Also, butt eating happened in the episode. So yeah, let's jump on in and see exactly what we're in for this time. 3, 2, 1, play. Bum, bum. Now the anime. So it seems like a peaceful morning so far. We'll see about that, though. Ooh. I see we're off to a good start. Is that a ghost? Or is that the brother? Either way, what are you doing? Okay. Can I help you? Well, you shouldn't do that to someone who's used to ghosts being around them. I mean, some of the lines she was saying, I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I wasn't going to say anything. But, you know, of course the brother did. The shot of the chest before certainly kind of helped kind of lean my mind towards that direction. I would say so. So yeah, that's our start. Yeah, it was a good start of the episode. I liked it. No ghost popped up yet, but doesn't mean it can't be entertaining. I mean, if MyAnimeLIst looked like that, I'd probably watch her as she slept too. So I don't blame him. You, please get screen time. I just want to know what magic she uses in this scene to not get any of that paint on her. I feel like I like this opening the more I see it. And see, like, it's like she has a spell on her that wears off at a certain point. That's why it goes from that to just being covered with it. Chestnut pudding. Never tried it. I'm sure it's fine. I just arms full of snacks. Hana's the best. We just gotta eat as much as she does. I'm sure it'll work out. I think you're wrong. Jesus Christ, that face. It's like an Alolan Executor. Just 10 times creepier looking. The customer, where are you looking? I love just the enthusiasm emanating from this man. So that's it, gotcha. That's a discrepancy. Well, that thing's face is gonna give me nightmares. Like, other faces have been creepy in the show, but that was like a different kind of creepy. I don't know how to describe it. Just like so twitchy and stuff. Whew. Always do that. I look at the... Never mind. Take too long to explain. I feel like this is gonna go downhill. Is there a face in that tent? I can't quite see it. Yeah, okay, I see it. I can't imagine her wanting to watch horror stuff. Although I thought the same thing about, like, people, like nurses and doctors not wanting to watch medical shows, but, you know, apparently they do. Okay, who are you? Who are you? Do you want some alone time after seeing that? I bet. But yeah, there's this one nurse that had like the Scrubs opening theme song as her ringtone. It's kind of where I was going with that. So I'm going to assume a ghost is about to pop up. I kind of saw that coming. And we're going to reach under there and there's going to be a ghost or something under there. Okay. I mean, it's not that scary. It's more pitiful looking. Still creepy though. But yeah, I wouldn't be scared of it. If that thing was like a lot bigger, it'd be a Titan. That's gonna sound super to say out of context, but hopefully you know what I mean. We are not on the same page. I guess I kind of get the logic there. I didn't believe your performance one bit. And we're gonna find something else. Oh god, there's another face. So, do you regret your decision yet? Oh, what the? Is it trying to go in its mouth? Mistakes have been made. This is gonna be unpleasant, isn't it? It's not gonna be simple to get, I don't think. I love her, like, bad acting. It's gonna move! That thing might be one of the scarier looking ones in the show so far. I could just picture biting her head off. Don't drool on my money or me. It's gonna move again. Come on, just grab it. Is it gonna throw up or something? Oh. Oh, God. Maybe she'll throw up. I don't even want to imagine what that smells like. We really need to just grab the money and go. Okay. Okay, that happened. there goes our reason for being here, so let's get out of there. That would be unfortunate, though, because that's like, you know, roughly $5 or so. Just stolen by a bird, but worth it. Definitely worth it. He has no idea what One-chan went through. A bird. Are you gonna go beat up the bird? I can almost kind of see possibly thinking they're cute in that last shot there, but not quite. Hey, you! Are you getting how many seconds of screen time are you gonna get this time? I forgot to start counting. Hopefully someone else did. I like how that's our angle as she says that. The perfect angle. About. That's your life, unfortunately. Stalker. Didn't look like a ghost. Although human stalkers are arguably scarier. Okay. So just gonna... Okay. You know, she stares into places and acts scared all of a sudden. Sweats a lot. Oh, hey, you're cute. She did not make up that story. She left out some details, though. She's just going off in the background. I'll be honest, I wasn't paying that much attention to her. And neither was he, so it kind of works. Paranormal oddities. Uma. Can't remember what that stands for. Oh, what the fuck? What? What even was that? That... I don't think that's it. Is there a ghost behind the books? I think I saw kind of a part of a face or something. But let's just put that back. Get a different book. She doesn't have a boyfriend. I wonder if you will learn anything from this. No, no, that was not the one. That was not what she was looking at. Oh, wow. Nah. What is this book? How long are we going to go with this misunderstanding? And she's taking her clothes off. Thank you for that. Really love her underwear, too. After a long day of ghosts, I imagine a nice hot shower cleanses you. And, you know, until a ghost pops up in the shower. Which hopefully doesn't happen. Oh my god, they are showing a lot. Wow, that is literal perfection. Is ghost gonna pop up? Brother pop up? Both? I noticed. That was not lost on me. So we're just gonna... Just gonna go in there. Well, you're getting pretty good at it. Okay, I told you there'd be a ghost in there. Right between the legs. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's probably my favorite scene in the episode so far. Yeah, there seems to be a ghost popping up. I guess it's gone. Hopefully. Are we implying that was a dream? Oh! Okay, after seeing her amazing body, that is very unpleasant to look at. Yeah, this is my happy place. Please don't ruin it. This bath is all I get. The little bit of happiness in my life. Why must you do this, ghost? Is she gonna get in the bathtub? Or is she kind of like mimicking her actions? That is so grotesque. Don't look this way. Well, at least that's something to distract from the ghost. Okay, that's where we were going. Okay, gotcha. Now I get it. I was wondering what the plan was here. Please come in, I don't want to be alone. Oh wow, that face. Please don't leave me alone with that ghost. It's okay. You do get some sibling bonding time. So, any morning ghosts? But the show is called Mieruko, so... Oh, what the fuck? Oh god, that's actually oddly disturbing. The show does a pretty good job of continuing to surprise me with some of those... the appearance of some of those ghosts. Yeah, that's something to look forward to. Unless Kyosuke eats it. Yeah, it's her own gene for some reason. He doesn't understand. What even is that? How did you even get in the house? Oh god, its talking makes it so much worse somehow. I actually got chills coming up my spine. No boyfriend, no hickey. No. That face is so big. Ah. That is so horrible. Oh no, don't lick the pudding. That's like all over the table, like kind of wrapped around the family. With its face right next to her, licking her food. You leave my pudding alone. I don't think she wants to eat that anymore. Just these shots that would normally be just happy family shots are just so ruined by the presence of the ghost, which is the idea, but my sanity, I think I left it around here somewhere. There's the pudding, which I'm sure is going to get ruined somehow. I could just picture the ghost just shoving its tongue inside there. Go away. It's acting like it's part of the family. It's horrible. Oh man, that is a face of depression. Oh. Oh. It's a very sudden tone shift I wasn't quite ready for. Okay, wow. Scream just half the time makes me jump. Okay, yeah, that was definitely a little twist there at the end. Yeah, just all those ghosts. This show. Like, I'm still up in the air whether or not I would consider this a comedy anime. Like, you know, there's comedic elements to it, but like, I feel like the predominant feeling is the fear and depression. Because they don't hold back with those ghost designs, like, they really don't. Like, I usually don't associate anime with horror, because, like, I don't know, horror is just usually not that scary in anime form for whatever reason, at least not to me. But this show, it somehow manages to be kind of scary at times, and creepy a lot of the times. Okay. Oh, this picture again. Right, so we got a big old reel. Here it goes out front and center. So this is what she was seeing. No wonder her reaction was kind of different than his. Because he's like, that photoshopped ghost in the tent's not scary. And then she's got that screaming abomination up front and center. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense now. Man, that thing just needs to shut up. Okay, yeah, I guess what she was seeing on this shot too. It was not what I was seeing. Oh god. I mean, if you're a ghost that can just do whatever without consequence, of course you do that. And there's that ghost. Yeah, definitely bad for their upbringing. Okay, Watashimo Mieru, so this has to be referring to Twin-tailed girl, right? She'll finally get her time to shine. Like, that title, that has to be what that means. I can't imagine that referring to anything else. And sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to what he was saying. But, yeah, that was the fourth episode of Mieruko-chan. So, man, where do I start with this episode? Man, this may have been... I was definitely scarier than episode 3. Definitely scarier than episode 2, because episode 2 was the most comedic, like, by far. Episode 1, like, I'm not sure if it's fair to compare it to episode 1, because episode 1 had the job of like the initial build-up to showing anything supernatural whatsoever, and future episodes didn't have to worry about that. It just goes down the supernatural road. So, but yeah, this may have been the scariest episode so far. Like, let's just go over some of the scary bits. Okay, what was the very first thing that happened? We had Miko wake up. Right, got some good shots, some sweating, clearly having a nightmare. Yeah, and she just saying "dame, dame" in her sleep, which can be taken a lewd way for sure. And I think that's how the brother took it. He was just kind of like hovering over her, all creepy like, with like a shadow over his face. Like, probably not the first thing you want to see in the morning, especially if you're having like a nightmare or you're having a dirty dream. Either one really probably works. But I do like how the room just really lit up after she opened the window. Man, it made a difference in the illumination of the room. So he just shows up, just casually says good morning. And she's just like not even really awake yet, so she's just trying to process what the heck was even happening there. What was he said? Well, aside from the dirty dream comments. But yeah, her face after he said that was pretty great. But yeah, this episode definitely had more of a focus on the sibling dynamic than any other episode did. But yeah, her face was just pretty great. Then we had our opening as usual. And we had the pudding, which ended up being pretty relevant to the episode, more so than I expected. And then we had our first ghost, which was the like clerk a ghost, right? And man, his face was just all sorts of crazy. Like he had like a big sort of afro, I don't know what you'd call that hair, like lightning strike hair is what I'd call it. Like one eye was like more vertical and one was just more horizontal, more normal and kind of tilted. Like, and just the animation of the mouth, like the movement on that, like definitely really creepy. Like, just I'm just surprised. I'm really impressed just by how they keep managing to introduce new ghosts. And you'd think after a while it'd be like, okay, here's ghost number 3 of the episode, big deal. But no, they actually really do a great job of keeping the creepiness level like up there. You never like get used to it. You never acclimate to it. Like they keep it up there, which is just really, really great. I mean, it's horrible, but it's great. Yeah, we saw the father as early as like less than 5 minutes into the episode. He was there, but I guess it was just a ghost the whole time, which I don't think we knew that until now. So that was something, but it makes sense for a girl that can see ghosts. And I don't know if we ever saw the mother and father interact with each other, because I assume the implication the mother's alive when the father isn't. Because no, we saw the mother in previous episodes. I can't remember if we saw the father, but we don't see either of them much anyway, because it's focused on the daughter. But yeah, one of the best things about the episode, I mean, there's a lot of good things about the episode, but I liked the bit where they were watching the TV, and there's the zoom in on the tent. It's like, oh, there's a ghost in there, how scary, right? And the brother's not all that impressed. He's just like overanalyzing it and stuff like that. And it definitely did kind of come across as Miko being somewhat bothered by it, even though she shouldn't be. Like, it's pretty, like, she has real life horrible, terrifying horror-esque life, right? With ghosts that look way scarier than that one in the tent. So that shouldn't bother her. And yet she seemed bothered, especially like with the next shot, which is I think was more like initially confusing. I didn't really have a chance to comment on it, but yeah, she like really like like she went like that when that girl popped up, and she was just like doing a commercial, I think, right? What was she even advertising? Because I know we had the rose petals. Fragrant, sparkling, smooth. Did it even specify what she was advertising? I don't know. I must have missed it. But yeah, the fact that she was really bothered by that was odd. Really? But I mean, once we got later in the episode, near the end, and we saw the ghostly ghosts and their arms and stuff, yeah, it makes more sense. Her reaction makes a lot more sense. So yeah, I like how they handled that whole thing. It was really cool way to end off the episode. And then we had our cute ghost that was under the vending machine, which looked like a mini Titan, from Attack on Titan. Like, I really think it looked like that. It also kind of reminded me of Season 2 of Kobayashi Maid Dragon. There was a fairy looked somewhat similar to him in one of the episodes. That also came to mind. But yeah, she thinks it's all cute. She's like, "Oh, hoo! I dropped my coin. I better go follow it to that spot it rolled over to." And she regretted that really, really quickly because there was a horrifying ghost. It was so horrible. Like, because you see the legs, right? You see the the face in between the legs, which in itself is already pretty creepy. And you can also see the ghost in the mouth, which is also pretty horrible. But as it scrolls up, like you see the second face, so it's got like two faces. The upper one looks more like it matches the skin tone of the rest of the body. And so I don't know what the one about in between the legs is all about. The teabagging gone wrong, I don't know. But it was scary. It was really, really scary. And when they got the zoom in of the ghost in the mouth, like he was like voluntarily about to jump inside the mouth of this ghost. Why? Why? Just why? But man, just you think it would be a simple task. Grab the coin and get out of there. But when this thing that's our head is probably bigger than you are total is just right there looming over you, the big old mouth, the saliva dripping down, I had to imagine a horribly smelling breath just breathed onto you. Right. It's suddenly a simple task can become a lot more difficult. Luckily, her savior, the crow, swooped in to save her. And then she had a great story to tell her brother, although she couldn't tell him the important bits. So he kind of thought she was lying, you know, covering up the boyfriend and all that. So, man, she was happy to get out of there. And then we saw the ghost under the couch. So, but yeah, I feel like almost every scene in this episode was good. Like, there really wasn't a part where I thought I dragged on. Every scene was just either had a really scary ghost or had some just good shots overall of Miko, right? And yeah, we also got to meet. We actually got to see Kyosuke's class, which I think was the first time we saw that because you had the one kid, you know, with the cool hair, right? As he's talking about his weird sister to him, because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know about the ghost scene stuff. And then we had the girl show up, who looks like her design, like there's enough effort put into her design that I'm pretty sure she's gonna show up again. In fact, when I first saw her, the first thing that came to mind was I can't remember her name. The one girl from Uzai Maid, whatever that show's called, right? The friend that like tries too hard to look all fashionable and stuff. If you've seen the show, you know who I'm talking about. She gave me those kind of vibes at first, but yeah, she's the one that threw out the theory that his sister has a boyfriend, right? Which is, you know, it's a valid theory about why your sister was suddenly acting a bit odd, right? I do kind of watch this again and actually pay attention to what she's saying, because I kind of didn't the first time. A pure maiden gives her beloved her whole mind, body, and soul, you know? I guess I know now. Nope, I don't. Also, I'm super faithful when I'm with a guy. So implying that she has a boyfriend. Okay, then she clarified, though I've never been with a guy. How do you know? Just whatever. Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. But she was something. And then we had the book thing, which was funny. Also, we had his mental image of her with his boyfriend, which was a bit odd because the boyfriend was like on this big old throne. The boyfriend was like 3 or 4 times taller than she is, with like one spiky shoulder pauldron thing, like a cape. Literally has his sister in like chains and handcuffs. Seriously, what is wrong with this kid? If that's a person that comes to mind when you imagine your sister having a boyfriend, I don't know. It's a little bit weird. But he just like projects it onto this theoretical non-existent boyfriend and gets all mad at him. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But you know, at least he's trying to help out his sister. Like good motive, I guess, to all this stalking and stuff. But yeah, anyway, back to the book. She puts it back after seeing the ghost and all that. And what's the book that he finds and thinks that's the one she was looking at? Because it's like I think it's like one shelf below or whatever. I actually kind of want to look at the other book titles, but the one he saw was 99 Ways to Please Your Lover, which is not at all what it was. There's another book here, Joshurioko Ageru Mana Refun. I hate katakana. Mana Refun. Mana, I don't know, I can't read. Anyway, it's about raising your girl power, whatever, however you want to translate that. Imakara hajimaru joshuryoku. Yeah, these are like all kind of same theme of like female helping. Deito sporto. Oh, date spot. Okay. So, like, okay. Yeah, they're basically all romance type stuff. Renai no Kisetsu, I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of those kind of books, definitely. But yeah, the 99 Ways to Please Your Lover, I guess, was the one that he just zeroed in on. And I think I was kind of losing it during the scene, so I also want to look at the book more carefully this time. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot more texture than what they translated, but I don't think it's anything too important. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, just kind of talking about kiss marks, essentially. But, yeah. I like the big old, like, kiss mark on the book, as you would expect. So, I somehow didn't put two and two together and figured out that the reason he wanted to was trying to infiltrate her bath scene was to check for it. In hindsight, that makes a lot of sense, but it just didn't quite click with me. I blame Nico for distracting me, because during the bath scene, there was no shortage of seeing it, if that makes sense, right? Like, some animation budget was used up for the initial clothing removal, and we get a good shot of, like, the arm over the chest kind of thing with the water dripping down. That was the first shot we got, and I was already feeling pretty spoiled at that point. And then they just keep going, because then we get the bath portion where, you see her tying her up, and then tying her hair up, and then we get the full panning shot from, like, foot to head to make sure we see every inch, with, of course, the hand and the hair covering the important bits. But so we didn't technically see everything, but we saw more than I expected to, which so I was pretty happy with that overall. And of course, see, like, the fancy panel, because Japanese bathrooms are amazing like that, and you can just, like, input temperature stuff. It's so cool. I don't have a fancy bathtub. I have a horrible bathtub that doesn't even drain properly right now. Like, you need a plumber to come in and fix that. So I'm a little bit jealous whenever I see those just futuristic high-tech baths. But yeah, at this point I was just, like, really confused. Like, what's your plan here? What, like, I just didn't get it. But luckily he clarified for me. And then, like, one more shot of the body where, like, her hands are no longer at the spot, but there's, like, this light there. But even though we still can't technically see it, there's something more, like, I don't know, there's something more lewd about just how more spread out she was in general. I can't quite describe it, but I don't know, just kind of like the lax laying position. Just, I can't decide if I liked it better or more or less than the previous shot, but it was different. But then we found out why the legs were as spread as they were, because it was setting up for a rise of a ghost, right? Which, yeah, just really interesting camera angle, because we see, like, the rise of the ghost from kind of her POV, like, between the legs. Like, one thing that kept coming to mind was, like, baby birthing, right? Because, it's like a life form, it's a ghost, like, between the legs popping up, right? So that's really what it initially made me think of. And she was, like, really slow to even notice it, because she just kind of, like, gazing in space as this ghost rises from the water, right? Oh, yeah, I think it got, like, got really high before she actually acknowledged his existence. But, let's see. Yeah, she's like, huh, I think there's a ghost there. Yeah, by the time she looks at it, it's, like, basically entirely out of the water. But at that point, it was wearing, clothes, like a robe, something or other. And, yeah, that's not what you want to see during a nice, relaxing bath. But then we had kind of like a bit of a dream fake. You're like, oh, I fell asleep in the bath. Like, that must not have been real. I got to be careful. I shouldn't be falling asleep in the bath. And then she looks over there, and the same ghost, but without the clothes, was over there. And you can definitely tell she was like especially bothered by this, because I think the reason is because, like, she doesn't really have a lot of room for just happiness in her life, because there's, like, no break from ghosts. So I think she kind of wanted the bath time to be a time where she can just, like, forget her horrible, terrifying, miserable, depressing existence, her life, and just melt away in the bathtub, just have a good time. And when this inconsiderate ghost just ruins that, it's horrible, right? So that's why I think she was especially bothered by it there. you know, the line, no, not in the bathroom. I think that's kind of what that was meant to imply. Like, at least give me this. At least give me one thing where I can just be happy. Just, like, because if you can't even, you know, chill, relax, be happy, be at peace in the bathtub, there's pretty much nothing. Like, nothing is sacred at that point. And it's pretty horrible. But she had her second savior of the episode. Because the crow couldn't come in here to save her, unfortunately. Like, what was the crow gonna do? Like, steal away the ghost? Like, the crow couldn't do anything to help. But, yeah, it's right about here. The brother made his entrance, which is pretty much perfectly timed, because, like, the tears were just starting to come out. She was kind of reaching her breaking point, which I would have hit my breaking point so much longer ago. But then we had the brother coming like a hero, being like, One-chan, I am here for you. But I guess the strategy was to just, like, you know, fake the accidental, oops, I walked in on you, get a really quick look to see if there's any hickeys, and then just, you know, get out of there. I think that was his plan, although I'm not sure exactly. But, like, if that was a plan, she was in, like, the perfect position for that to happen. Because he was, like, out of the bath, front and center, like, right in front of him. So, if that's the case, the mission was really easily accomplished. But yeah, I had to imagine he didn't expect her to be in that position, because he would expect her to still be in the bathtub, because it was kind of too early for her to leave, and, you know, too late for her to, like, still be washing, like, you know, showering portion, right? So he definitely was not expecting her to be in that specific position. But, yeah, he definitely was not expecting, like, what happened next, because he was about to just leave, be like, okay, you know what, I think I'll take my leave, but because he doesn't know that she was in here alone with a scary ghost, and she doesn't want to be in here alone with a scary ghost, so he pretty much had the most perfect timing ever, essentially. Like, he could not have timed it any better. So, and he actually asked the question, right? Like, he could have just done that from the outset, just say, hey, One-chan, do you have a boyfriend? And then she could just say yes or no, without all the stalking and stuff. But he eventually did it, right? But, yeah, not that he entirely believed her, but the ghost felt so neglected, though. Nobody wanted to hang out with the ghost. It's quite sad. It's quite sad. And then we had the final scene with one more scary ghost, because we hadn't had enough of those yet, right? In this one, like, the constant kind of smile on his face, and the way it just kind of kept wrapping around the family and acting like it was a part of the family. It was just, I think that may have been the most terrifying one of the episode. It's hard to call, but it might have been. But and the way it licked the food, that was probably the worst part. Like, could you imagine you just had to throw away the food and your mom's like, what the heck? I made you that food. Like, you didn't even touch it. You threw it away. What a horrible daughter of mine. But, like, she wouldn't understand. But there's no way you could eat that after that. There's just no way. And the way it was kind of, like, repeating what other people said, oh, I'm pretty sure that was probably I'm almost positive that was the scariest ghost of the episode. I'm pretty sure. Like, it's tough competition, but... And then we had a bit of a tone shift with the reveal the father is dead, and that was just his ghost, and she was the only one seeing him. And, you know, obviously, you could see the other ghosts as well, telling him to not touch his pudding and all that. So, and we did not get our twin-tailed girl, but we got a title of the next episode, which heavily implies she will be relevant to that episode, and I'm holding the show to that. And then we got the other scene that I already talked about, where they revealed the truth behind the video that they were watching. Right? The ghosts and all the arms and stuff. But, yeah, really good episode. I thought it was just, really, really good. I don't know what else to really say about it. Like, this is just there's a great horror show, right? It's got the horror stuff. It's got the Miko beautiful stuff, right? All those shots, right? So there's really nothing to complain about with this show. It's, unless you don't like horror or you don't like Miko. It's a great show, as long as you're okay with both those things. But anyway, that's enough rambling. So I'm getting off here. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you click the like button, subscribe, support me on Patreon so I can keep doing this sort of thing. And I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.